Mother Goose Treasury. Old Mother Goose, when she wanted to wander, she would ride through the air on a very fine gander. Little Bo-Peep has lost her sheep, and can't tell where to find them. Leave them alone, and they'll come home, wagging their tails behind them. Baa, baa, black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for my master, 1 for my dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. I had a little nut tree, and nothing would it bear but a silver nutmeg and a golden pear. The King of Spain's daughter came to visit me, and all for the sake of my little nut tree. Handy Spandy Jacky Dandy loves plum cake and sugar dandy. He bought some at the grocer's shop, and pleased away went hop, hop, hop. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her, and frightened Miss Muffet away. I love little Kitty, her coat is so warm, and if I don't hurt her, she'll do me no harm. So I'll not pull her tail, nor drive her away, but Kitty and I very gently will play. She shall sit by my side, and I'll give her some food, and Kitty will love me, because I am good. Chook, 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 chook. Good morning, Miss Hen. How many chickens have you got? Madam, I've got 10. 4 of them are yellow, and 4 of them are brown, and 4 of them are speckled red, the nicest in town. Bat, bat, come under my hat, and I'll give you a slice of bacon, and when I bake, I'll give you a cake, if I am not mistaken. 1 leaf for fame, 1 leaf for wealth, 1 for a faithful lover, and 1 leaf to bring glorious health, and all in a 4-leaf clover. 6 little mice sat down to spin. Kitty passed by, and she peeped in. What are you doing, my little men? Weaving coats for gentlemen. Shall I come in and cut off your threads? No, no, Mistress Kitty, you'd bite off our heads. Oh, no, I'll not, I'll help you spin. That may be so, but you can't come in. A little pig found a $50 note, and purchased a hat and a very fine coat, with trousers and stockings and shoes, cravat and shirt collar and gold-headed cane. Then proud as could be did he march up the lane. Says he, I shall hear all the news. Mary had a pretty bird, feathers bright and yellow, slender legs, upon my word, he was a pretty fellow. The sweetest note he always sung, which much delighted Mary. She often, where the cage was hung, sat hearing her canary. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Then up Jack got, and off did trot, as fast as he could caper, to old Dame Dob, who patched his knob with vinegar and brown paper. When Jacky's a good boy, he shall have cakes and custards, but when he does nothing but cry, he shall have nothing but mustard. Elsie Marley is grown so fine that she won't get up to feed the swine, but lies in bed till 8 or 9, lazy Elsie Marley. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. She kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the bird began to sing, wasn't that a dainty dish to set before a king? The king was in his counting-house, counting out his money. The queen was in the parlour, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes. Along came a blackbird, who snapped off her nose. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. And who do you think they might be? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. Turns them out, knaves all 3. The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, he stole those tarts, and took them clean away. The King of Tarts called for the tarts, and beat the knave full sore. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts, and vowed he'd steal no more. Jack Sprat could eat no fat, his wife could eat no lean, and so betwixt them both you see they licked the platter clean. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddlers three. Every fiddler had a fine fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Oh, there's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his fiddlers three. Three little ghostesses sit on postesses, eating buttered toastesses, greasing up their fistuses up to their wristuses. Oh, what beastesses to make such feastuses! Pat a cake, baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Roll it and pat it and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been to London to look at the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you do there? I frightened a little mouse under her chair. Oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. Oh, where can he be? Ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross to see a fine lady upon a white horse. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes. She shall have music wherever she goes. Once I saw a little bird come hop, hop, hop. So I cried, "Little bird, will you stop, stop, stop?" I was going to the window to say how do you do, but he shook his little tail and far away he flew. Little King Pippin, he built a fine hall, pie crust and pastry crust, that was the wall. The windows were made of black pudding and white, insulated with pancakes, you never saw the like. This little pig went to market. This little piggy stayed home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy cried, wee, 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 all the way home. Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. If your daughters do not like them, give them to your sons. But if you haven't had any of these pretty little elves, you can do no better than eat them yourselves. Curly locks, wilt thou be mine? Thou shalt not wash dishes, nor yet feed the swine, but sit on a cushion and sew a fine seam, and feed upon strawberries, sugar, and cream. Ickle ockle, blue bockle, fishes in the sea. If you want a pretty maid, please choose me. 3 young rats with black felt hats. 3 young ducks with white straw flats. 3 young dogs with curling tails. 3 young cats with demi-veils. Went out for a walk with 2 young pigs in satin vests and sorrel wigs, but suddenly it chanced to rain, so they all went home again. Little lad, where were you born? Far off in Lancashire, under a thorn, where they sup buttermilk with a ram's horn, and a pumpkin scooped with a yellow rim, and the bonny bowl they breakfast in. I had a little red hen, the prettiest ever seen. She washed up the dishes and kept the house clean. She went to the mill to fetch me some flour, and always got home in less than an hour. She baked me my bread, she brewed me my ale. She sat by the fire and told a fine tale. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men, couldn't put Humpty together again. 3 blind mice. See how they run. They all ran after the farmer's wife. She cut off her tails with a carving knife. Have you ever seen such a sight in your life as 3 blind mice? There was a little boy went into the barn and lay down on some hay. An owl came out and flew about, and the little boy ran away. There was an old woman lived under a hill, and if she's not gone, she lives there still. To market, to buy a fat pig, home again, jiggity jig. The lion and the unicorn were fighting for the crown. The lion beat the unicorn all around town. Some gave them white bread, and some gave them brown. Some people gave them plum cake, and drummed them out of town. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, the mouse ran down, hickory dickory dock. There was a little girl, and she had a little curl right in the middle of her forehead. When she was good, she was very, very good, but when she was bad, she was horrid. What are little boys made of? Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of. Little girl, where have you been? I've been to see grandmother over the green. What did she give you? Milk in a can. What did you say for it? Thank you, Grandam. Molly, my sister, and I fell out, and what do you think it was all about? She loved coffee and I loved tea, and that was the reason we couldn't agree. Dance, little baby, dance up high. Never mind, baby, mother is by. Crow and caper, caper and crow. There, little baby, there you grow. Up to the ceiling, down to the ground, backwards and forwards, round and round. Dance, little baby, and mother will sing with a merry chorale, ding, ding, ding. Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain. He stepped in a puddle right up to his middle, and he never went there again. Rain on the green grass and rain on the tree, rain on the housetop, but not on me. If bees stay at home, rain will come. If they fly away, fine will be the day. The cock's on the rooftop, blowing his horn, the bull's in the barn, a-threshing the corn, the maids in the meadow are making the hay, the ducks in the river are swimming away. Little boy blue, come blow your horn, the sheep's in the meadow, and the cow's in the corn. Who looks after the sheep? He's under a haystack, fast asleep. I saw a ship a-sailing on the sea, and oh, it was laden with pretty things for thee. There were comfits in the cabin, and apples in the hold. The sails were made of silk, and the masts were made of gold. The 24 sailors that stood between the decks were 24 white mice, with chains around their necks. The captain was a duck, and when the ship began to move, the captain said, "Quack, quack." Bobby Shafto's gone to sea, silver buckles on his knee. He'll come back and marry me. Bobby Shafto's fat and fair, combing down his yellow hair. He's my love forevermore, Bonnie Bobby Shafto. Bonnie Bobby Shafto's looking out, all his ribbons flew about. All the ladies gave a shout, hey for Bonnie Bobby Shafto. Ring around the rosies, a pocket full of posies. Ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush so early in the morning. Ring around the rose bush, 3 steps, 4 steps. All the little boys and girls are sitting on the doorsteps. 3 wise men of Gotham, they went to sea in a bowl, and if the bowl had been stronger, my song had been longer. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Mistress Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells, and pretty maids all in a row. 30 days hath September, April, June, and November. February has 28 all alone, and the rest have 31, excepting leap year, that's the time when February's days are 29. Monday's child is fair of face, Tuesday's child is full of grace, Wednesday's child is full of woe, Thursday's child has far to go. Friday's child is loving and giving, Saturday's child works hard for its living, but the child that's born on the Sabbath day is bonny and blithe and good and gay. The 3 little kittens, they lost their mittens, and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, we sadly fear our mittens we have lost. What, you lost your mittens, you naughty kittens? Then you shall have no pie. Meow, meow, meow. No, you shall have no pie. The 3 little kittens, they found their mittens, and they began to cry. Oh, mother dear, see here, our mittens we have found. Put on your mittens, you silly kittens, and you shall have some pie. Purr, 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 oh, let us have some pie. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner, eating his Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and he pulled out a plum and said, "What a good boy am I." The man in the moon looked out of the moon, and said, "'Tis time for all the children on the earth to think about getting to bed." The rose is red, the violet's blue, the honey's sweet, and so are you. Thou art my love, and I am thine. I drew thee to be my Valentine. The lot was cast, and then I drew, and the fortune said it should be you. Dance to your daddy, my little baby. Dance to your daddy, my little lamb. You shall have a fishy in a little dishy. You should have a fishy when the boat comes in. You shall have an apple, you shall have a plum. You shall have a rattle basket when your daddy comes home. Rock-a-bye baby, the cradle is green. Father's a nobleman's, mother's a queen. And Betty's a lady, and wears a gold ring. And Johnny's a drummer, and drums for the king. Hush, baby, my dolly, I pray you don't cry. And I'll give you some bread and some milk by and by. Or perhaps you'll like a custard, or maybe a tart. Then to either you're welcome, with all my heart. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in the pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot 9 days old. Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, Polly put the kettle on, we'll all have tea. Sukey take it off again, Sukey take it off again, Sukey take it off again, they've all gone away. Blow the fire, make the toast, put the muffins down to roast. Blow the fire, make the toast, we'll all have tea. Red sky at night, shepherd's delight. Red sky in morning, shepherd's warning. Touch blue, your wish come true. Terence McDiddler, the string-eyed fiddler, can charm, if you please, the fish from the seas. Wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown. Rapping at the window, crying it through the locks, are the children in their beds, for now it's 8 o'clock. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. I see the moon, and the moon sees me. God bless the moon, and God bless me. Sleep, baby, sleep. Our cottage vale is deep. The little lamb is on the green, with woolly fleece so soft and clean. Sleep, baby, sleep. Sleep, baby, sleep. Down where the woodbines creep. Be always like a lamb so mild, a kind and sweet and gentle child. Sleep, baby, sleep. The cock crows in the morn to tell us to rise, and he that lies late will never be wise, for early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy and wealthy and wise. There was an old woman who tossed up in a blanket 17 times as high as the moon. Where she was going I could not but ask, for in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, quoth I, where are you going up so high? To brush the cobwebs off the sky. May I go with you? I by and by. The end.